Foster's Cup. Round 1, Fitzroy versus Carlton. Live from Hobart.
Good afternoon and welcome to viewers around Australia to North Hobart Oval for the opening match in the 1991 football season. I know it's pretty early, just the 3rd of February, but we're all excited about getting underway, and certainly down here where Fitzroy will be playing Carlton today in the opening round of the Foster's Cup. Well, history is being created because the North Hobart Oval is being called Fitzroy's home game, not only for this Foster's Cup match, but also for 2 matches during the season for premiership points. And everyone down here very excited about the Lions calling Hobart home in 1991, just for a few games anyway. Also this season, the Bears will be playing some of their home games at the Gabba in Brisbane, and that's an interesting move in AFL football. And of course, with the addition of the Adelaide Crows, and now a 15-team competition and home matches for the Crows at Football Park in Adelaide, we truly have a national competition, and 1991 will go down as the year when the competition in AFL became truly national. Well, when the Crows played just a practice match against the Bombers on Friday night, a crowd of nearly 50,000 turned up, and they're enthusiastic about Fitzroy and Carlton playing here today because there's a very good crowd here at North Hobart Oval. Well, it certainly is not measured in the 50,000s, but you get a really good crowd here with 12 to 15,000, and we might finish up with something like that, although it's pretty warm here today, and I think maybe some of them have gone to the beach or some other attraction because it's very hot here for football. Let's have a look at the captains and coaches' appointments for the season. And of course, Fitzroy have a new coach in Robert Shaw, and their captain just for today acting is Richard Osborne. They're going to look at about 6 or so captains during the pre-season to work out their captain for the season. Paul Roos maybe still a chance, having worked out his differences, but he's been captain the last 3 years. David Parkin back at Carlton. He coached a couple of premierships. That didn't save him his job in the early 80s. He's back for a second stint, and Stephen Kernahan is the captain. Well, welcome Peter McKenna, my co-commentator today. Have you ever seen it so hot in Hobart?
Well, good afternoon to you, Drew, and it's very, very warm, but talking to some of the spectators coming into the ground, they're very, very keen about this game, and both sides with plenty to prove, because Carlton have been very disappointing the last couple of years. Fitzroy, well, they've been written off by a lot of people, but have many, many good young players, and I think we're in for a terrific game this afternoon. It'll be interesting. I think Fitzroy, the younger side, and Carlton with more experience.
Well, let's have a look at the lineups today. These are, well, educated guesses, I suppose.
Well, I'm pretty sure the Fitzroy will line up this way. Carlton, we're not so sure. But look at that Fitzroy back line. Mark Bunn had a great year last year. Delaney from South Australia at fullback. Big job on Dorotic, who's been in very good form. And great to see Marcus Seary playing his first game for Carlton. And let's hope he has a great career. Now, as far as the Fitzroy half-back line goes, a lot of talent. Stevens, Lynch and Gale, the former Tasmanian against Hannah. Steve Kernahan, the key to Carlton, Simon Verbeek. And that'll be a very, very interesting clash across that half-forward line. The centre lines, but they tell me Claby from South Australia is a very tough player in the centre. It'll be interesting to see him against maybe Phillips. We're not sure
big laugh, see the true story of a great Australian.
Albert Einstein. Who is this barbarian? I'm a Tasmanian.
So what if he blew up his dad's dummy? So what if they called him an idiot? The girls all knew.
Where'd you blow him from, Curly?
Tasmania.
He had something special.
Your mind is astonishing.
For the first time on television, Yahoo Serious as Young Einstein, soon on 7.
We are the boys from Alcan. Now what can we do for you?
We're sick of patching and painting these walls.
With new Alcan siding, we'll cover them all. Joint-free Alcan aluminium siding will completely cover your walls, eaves and gables. And it's pre-painted to protect your house from the sun and rain. And it's backed by Alcan's 10-year warranty, so you can throw away your paintbrushes because...
We are the boys from Alcan, and we're waiting to hear from you.
So call us for a quote.
Here's an offer from Eyewear Now that sounds too good to be true. Come into either our Albert Street, Logan Hyperdome or Carindale store to have your prescription glasses made up, and we'll give you another pair free. Just select from our special range of frames. We'll duplicate your prescription free of charge and in just 1 hour. 2 pair for the price of 1.
Seriously, folks, this offer is too good to miss out on. Get in for this fantastic offer now at Eyewear Now at Albert Street, the City, Logan Hyperdome and Carindale.
You can have lots of separate accounts and separate bank statements. Or you can have everything folded into one statement and one interest-bearing account.
Which account?
Surprise, surprise, right before you arrive. It's SeaWorld, the big surprise. Surprise, right before you arrive. It's SeaWorld, the big surprise.
North Hobart Oval. Well, I mentioned it was hot. Let's check the ground conditions on the Mitsubishi Motors ground report. The current temperature is 30 degrees, which is a February start to football, isn't it? Even though the expected maximum was 26, that's been well exceeded here at the football ground. The forecast is for fine, warm conditions with a fresh gusty northwest to southwest wind up to 20 kilometres per hour, moderating during the day, straight across the ground with no advantage to either team. 32% humidity, but 30 degrees already. Let's hope they're fit, Pete. They've done their pre-season.
I want to be fit, and already, Drew, a couple of interesting moves. Steve Silvani is lining up in the centre of the ground. Now, whether he's ruck roving or not, that's obviously on the right of screen there, Steve Silvani. Kernahan's down in a forward pocket with Hannah, and they've got Dorotich up around centre half forward being picked up by Paul Lewis. Some interesting moves by David Parker.
Fitzroy, acting captain Richard Osborne, won the toss and has elected to kick right to left in this first quarter. Satori out of the middle, helped on by Silvani. Dorotich streams straight at the ball and goes through him like a tank. Off to Bassett. Standing start to full forward. Out comes Delaney. Nice to see him playing in the seniors for Fitzroy. Kernahan a snap. Nobody in the goal square. That's across the face of goal and bounces out of bounds. We'll have a throw-in the forward pocket. Here's Roger Delaney back at full back for Fitzroy. He played just 5 minutes of football last year and was injured in the first game. Comes to Wind. Out of defence, his long kick up towards centre wing. Line is climbed all over. The umpire says play on. Quick handball comes out to Satori. His kick to half forward. Kernahan in front. Punch away by Lynch. And he got into the back of Stephen Silvani. And the free kick to the Carlton man, who finished third last year in the Brownlow medal, beaten 2 votes by Tony Liberatore.
And a great player he is too. We must remember this line is 40 metres, so he'll make the distance all right. A beautiful looking kick, straight through for a goal. Well, not a good start that by Fitzroy. That free kick being given away by Alistair Lynch as Silvani was setting himself for the mark. And there's a bit of a jostle going on there deep in that forward pocket. Millen Hannah and Roger Delaney, who made a bad mistake a minute or so ago when he waited for the ball to bounce instead of attacking it. So a good start there by Carlton, and 1 goal and very aggressive early. The bounce of the ball. Rendell against Satori. Down the ground it comes. This is Broderick. Quick hand pass to Stevens. Stevens wide. This is Ruse. Ruse to the half-forward line. Strooper had his name written all over it. Osborne waiting at the back. Brought to ground. Gets in a hand pass. Back to Strooper. Strooper ridden over the line. And it is on half-forward flank for Fitzroy.
Well, the Lions came down yesterday and had a training run at North Hobart yesterday. Carlton flew down this morning. Fitzroy, quick hand pass comes out. The Leonard whistle's gone. It's coming back to a Fitzroy free kick. Back to Broderick. And he's about 60 metres from goal. The centering pass is good to Bunn. And it's good to see this youngster, Mark Bunn, who was second in the seniors best and fairest last year behind Scott Clayton. And played in the reserves premiership the year before for Fitzroy. Bunn from 60 metres right to the edge of the goal square. And it's helped through by Aitken. It brings up a score. Fitzroy's first, and Carlton lead a goal to 1 behind.
Well, a pretty fast and furious start to the game. David Kernahan to bring the ball back into play. A much improved player. He's an excellent player last year for Carlton. Brother of Stephen, of course, as he brings it to the half-back line. There's a pack of players there, but that's a good mark. That was Verbeek going wide to Glascott. Glascott to Silvani. A good mark. Steve Silvani is now on the half-forward line. Hand pass further afield. And Verbeek to Hannah. Beautiful pass. Good lead by Hannah. Excellent football that. And Hannah will make the distance all right because he'll be kicking from about 30 metres. His pace will worry Roger Delaney. Hannah from directly in front for their second goal. Carlton, it's a little bit to the right, just comes back in, does it? Yes, it's another one to the Blues. 2 goals straight. Carlton and Fitzroy remain on 1 point. Well, it was excellent play that. As the kick comes down to Silvani, he immediately goes on with a hand pass to Verbeek. The lead was made by Hannah. Hannah up the middle. A good mark under pressure from Delaney. Excellent team play, Carlton.
Well, the Blues have the first 2 goals on the board to Fitzroy, 1 behind. Matt Rendell, the veteran in his 11th season, to charge at the ruck. Ball held underfoot. And the umpire will ball it up. Umpires in charge, Shane Harris and Graham Fallett. John Blakey, one of the many Tasmanians in Fitzroy's lineup, which makes a partial switch to home games down here a good move. Lyon out of a congested pack. Meldrum, well played. Then lost control of it to Gale. Ball spills out here, Delena. Board under pressure. He's caught in 2 tackles, holding the ball. And the free kick is quickly taken by hand out to Meldrum. Meldrum's kick up towards half forward. Good mark by Wine, back in defence. A courageous mark by Jim Wine. Back to Ruse. Ruse towards the outer side. Lynch's hand pass is intercepted. Silvani on the dash. Hannah unmarked in the forward pocket. He's got Dorotich, won't need him. Milhana for his second goal and kicks it.
Australia's #1 Tonight Show is back.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Bigger and better in 91.
This is great.
It's great. It's fabulous.
Charming. Stunning.
Live round the country.
Live.
With more music.
That's my favourite.
More guests.
Welcome to the show, Fat Cat. Answer me! You are so rude.
And more laughs.
Been there, done that.
Is that a timeshare suit you're wearing?
Tonight Live with Steve Bizard, presented by Holden, returns Monday on 7.
3 goals straight, Carlton. Fitzroy will have to get a move on. They're still on that 1 solitary point, and they're fiddling around a little bit. It is early days, of course, but been very impressed so far with Carlton's tackling. They've had 2 and 3 players charging after the Fitzroy man with the ball. There's Matt Rendell. It's as though he's been in the sun a bit over the summer. Against Satori. Rendell gets it to ground. Rennett out to Asiri. On to Verbeek. Then Glasgow, look at the backing up here. On to Herman. Herman on the left foot. He'll look for Hannah again, and Kernahan. Kernahan chips across the front and takes a great mark. Well, what a great start by Carlton, Drew.
Well, the team football is fantastic for the first week in February.
And beautifully read by Kernahan. If they could allow him to hang around that goal square in that forward pocket, he would be a danger to any side, Steve Kernahan, with that marking ability. Going for Carlton's 4th straight goal. Stephen Kernahan directly in front. Stabs at it and right through the middle. 4 goals straight Carlton. Fitzroy 1 point. Well, as we look at that in replay, look at the backing up of Carlton. Herman receiving from Glasgow, and look at the way he chips across the front when Alistair Lynch was in front of him. And Kernahan very rarely misses from that 20-30 metre mark. There he is, the Carlton captain. What a great player.
Well, not many of these players would have been at Carlton when David Parkin was last here as coach. Glasgow in that movement was one of them. But David Parkin has them working beautifully. Siri dragged to ground, the former North Rover. Glasgow again. Bassett. And the ball just goes out, and we'll have a throw in at Carlton's half forward. It's not a great ground for David Parkin. Coached Victoria down here last year, beaten by Tasmania in a State of Origin game. Who'll ever forget that one? Dorotich feeds out a hand pass. Silvani absolutely starring. Off the shins of Herman. He was grabbed when he mightn't have had it. Socket away by Roos. Open ground here for Verbeek, who's been a star in the first quarter. Simon Verbeek keeps the pass low. Hannah on his own. He'd given the slip to Delaney at half forward. Gets round him easily. Shoots from 45 metres. Mill Hannah for number 3, just offline. 2 goals, 1.
Well, I think that little bit of play just showed the skill of Mill and Hannah. Amazing skill out in that half forward line as Fitzroy take it away now to Roos. That kick was from Lynch. I think Fitzroy wondered what struck them so early in this game. Roos to the half back line. Strooper a good mark in front of Ian Aiken. David Strooper, he's the sort of player this year that has to really fire if Fitzroy are to come up the ladder. He finds Brett Stevens, another one of the players had a great year last year. On the left foot, it's a wobbly kick to the half forward line, thumped the ground by Ian Herman. The Carlton players swooping all over the place here. Here's Matt Rendell. Breaks the tackle on the left foot, looking for Dundas, who waits at the back. It'll hit the ground. He's got it, Matthew Dundas. On the left foot, hooks it back in front, but there's that man again, Simon Verbeek, and he takes it away from defence and will look for Meldrum on the half-back line. Well done, Meldrum, as he's trying to trap it close to the line, Paul Meldrum. Backing up from Melbourne. Again, they take it around that wing. This is Glasgow. Look at the running players. The Carlton player is Rennitz. Silvani. Over the back was Delaney. Strong tackling again by Carlton. How will the umpire see this one? As they pounce in on top of it, it'll be a bounce.
Well, some great football being displayed. Actually, David Parkin had a little bit of a look at Fitzroy last week in an intra-club game, and he thought that the Lions went better than Carlton did in their inter-club match against Footscray, and he certainly came down worried about Fitzroy. He should know all about them, coached them a few years ago. Here's Fitzroy out of defence, up towards half forward, and the mark is taken here by Dundas. Kicked by Dundas to full forward. Osborne streams down the ground, can't take the mark. He's got Delena with him. Socket away by Aitken. Awkward for Bassett. Meldrum, quick hands. They might come unstuck. Osborne's there. Blakey gets it going forward for Fitzroy. Comes to Siri, and back he goes. And Carlton out of trouble again. Herman got it to Bassett. Great mark by Roos. Having a bit of a tough job on John Dorotich. Centre-half back, centre-half forward clash. Sweeping hand pass. Rendell just gets the kick away. To half forward for the Lions. Oh, Fitzroy player held by Glasgow when he didn't have the ball. And a free kick out there to Board. Chance for Fitzroy to get their first goal. The kick in a bit short, too short. And the mark taken by Meldrum, chipping in front of David O'Connell, the former Eagle.
It was a very poor kick, that, by Terry Board, actually. Oh, good play, Blakey. Should have been paid the mark. Oh, Gleeson is poleaxe with a hip and shoulder. Silvani has looked tremendous so far. On to Bassett. Bassett to marks Asiri. He can't grab it, and eventually gave away the free kick to Jim Wind, holding the man decision. Wind at half back. Former Essendon player. Short chip pass. Finds Lyon. Lyon onto the left foot. Oh, beautiful pass out to Osborne. Oh, look at the skill of Lyon. That was a top kick. As Osborne led to the half-forward line, and it hit him right on the chest. They need this badly. Richard Osborne, coming back from that serious knee injury last year, kicks from 45 and kicks it out to the right and is offline and through for a behind. So Fitzroy move on to 2 behinds. Carlton 4-1 in a tremendous start. The Blues about to bring it back into play. David Kernahan to the half-back line looking for Verbeek. Almost took the mark too. Now, that might have been high on Strooper. No. Play on called the umpire as Aiken towards half-forward. Asiri beautifully done to Dorotic. On to Silvani, an open goal. Silvani chips. It's another one to the Blues.
There it is, my favourite. A Magna run-out sale? Oh boy, wait till Dad hears about this. Our very own car of the decade. You better be in.
New model sedans are on the way, and your Mitsubishi dealer has extra trade-in bonuses to do the best deals ever. Then once you've purchased, the factory will send you an extra cashback of $1,500. But you'd better hurry. The Magna sedan run-out. It's on now.
31-2, and Carlton absolutely dominating. Well, Fitzroy have tried to attract members down here in Hobart, and how desperately they want to win this game. They'll need to get going. Carlton forward out of the middle again after Kernahan's tap. Here's Gleeson. Wild hand pass. Wine comes up to meet it with Asiri. Wine goes for the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in 40 metres out. The arcs here are 40 metres from goal, not 50. Quite a small ground here, and an intimate sort of atmosphere and a big crowd.
They're interchanging Kernahan with Satori in the ruck and forward pocket, Drew.
Asiri snaps. Hannah. Awkward one for him, out of bounds.
I think that's terrific thinking by David Parker. When Justin Madden out, they've got great agility there with Kernahan and Satori. They're both very skillful players and dangerous up forward as well as round the ground.
Blues into attack again for this boundary throw-in. Rendell gets it down, comes to Satori. Fumble. Wind after it for Fitzroy. And a hand pass from Cormack. Back to Lynch. Off to Blakey. John Blakey goes for a bounce. Kick to half forward. Lyon the only chance for Fitzroy. Pump to the front. Strooper goes in for the tackle. Oh, there was a high one in there. Play on, said the umpire. Comes back to Kernahan. Sweeps the hand pass up the ground. Carlton looking $1 million. Bassett out wide. And Silvani again. Will he centre or go for goal? He centres. Dorotic the only chance. Knocked down by Roos. Nothing coming for Dorotic. Roos hand pass to Delaney, and a chance for Fitzroy to steady.
Roger Delaney to centre wing. A one-on-one contest and a good mark by Verbeek. Boy, is he playing well. Simon Verbeek to Steve Kernahan coming through the centre. The short one is on. Silvani, a diving attempt. Bassett's in to lend a hand. Off the ground as players charge in after a quick hand pass out to Elvin. Elvin under pressure, kicks wide and puts it out of bounds on the full. But very, very impressive, this display so far by Carlton. They're backing up, tackling. Silvani, gee, has he provided something for them round the ground. There he is again, and Kernahan to lend a hand. Charge in after it. Rennett's back up, support them by Ratton. Ratton again with a hurry kick in front of goal. It bounces. Could be another one. Yes, it is.
Who can you bank on when you get your first pay? How do you make it last for more than one day? Who can you bank on with a place of your own? It's not just the rent, it's the life and the phone. Who can you bank on? Who can you bank on? Who can you trust? Who can you trust? You can bank on Westpac. Westpac, you can bank on us.
Well, that goal kicked by 19-year-old Brett Ratton, who played just one senior game last year, round 22, when the Blues lost to Fitzroy the last round of last season. There's Rhett. Slips the ball across to Aitken. Long kick inside centre half forward. Dorotic. Fingers to it. Roos punches away. Oh, Broderick had it spent. Oh, good tackle that. Ball held in and the umpire's going to ball it up.
See, I wonder if Carlton have been working over the summer on their tackling. It's been sensational so far.
Good last series there. So the ball up just outside 40. And Carlton leading 6-1 to 2 behind. Roos doing it in ruck. Comes to Ratton. To Arceri. Arceri to full forward. Gleeson, courage. Still with Gleeson near the boundary line. A centering kick is good for Sartori. Spoiled by Lynch. Still Sartori. Back he goes unselfishly, and Herman snaps the goal. An onslaught by the Blues, who've missed the 5 the last 2 years. David Parkin has come back, and they've kicked 7-0 in the opening 13 minutes of play.
Well, that again, look at that disciplined play by Gleeson to centre it when he could have been selfish, and again unselfish play there by Sartori to Herman for a goal. But I think the important thing is that they've been accused, Carlton, in the last couple of years of being a little bit soft, and I think they're trying to remedy that, judging by this start. Back to the centre. Oh, they're in hard again after it. Verbeek was there, and Bassett. Fitzroy really have to do something and do it quickly. It's at centre wing. Look at that play. He beat 3 players in Bassett. That was fantastic play. Roos has taken the mark. A bit of a blue on behind the play, but the player's getting back to get into the game. Roos to centre wing. Down the ground it goes. Oh, more aggression. Who's that at the bottom? I think it was Strooper. Yes, it was Strooper. Oh, Rhett still had his head taken off. Grabbed by Bassett. Again, they go forward. The quick kick. Delaney out in front of Hannah. Delaney a hurry kick. Out of defence. Good play. And he finds on centre wing Jason Baldwin.
Well, Fitzroy really need to find something to get back into this game. Kicked by Baldwin. Centre wing. And Claby takes the mark. A good fly by Brenton Claby, who came over from South Australia. He was their #1 draft pick a couple of years ago. Took them a long time to get him. Now Dundas, told to play on. Into Broderick. Just gets the kick away and gets distance. What a kick! Right on the behind line and off the hands and through for a behind. That kick came from about 60 metres out under pressure. But it's 3 behinds to the Lions. Nowhere near Carlton's 7 goals won.
And Carlton doing it very well in defence. They're really bottling Richard Osborne up down there, and he's got no room to move at all. And that's Kernahan was getting back to lend a hand on that occasion. Oh, there's a good mark. Simon Verbeek, what a game he's having. Well, former Oakley player to half forward. The big fly is by Alistair Lynch. And we'll never forget the great game he played for Tasmania against Victoria. He went across the ground. It was very dangerous. Jimmy Wind has taken the mark, but he really didn't gather any distance there. There was certainly no advantage. Wind to the half-back line. Here's their chance. Blakey breaks away, centre wing. The low trajectory. Oh, brilliant mark taken by Joe Cormack. This is the former West Coast Eagles rover, and that was a great mark. And we should make the distance from there. He's kicking from about 46 metres. And the understatement of the year would be to say they need a goal. Cormack, he's not normally a long kick. This one, why will it get there? It holds up, punched the ground. Aiken is there. Oh, good backing up. Shoots out a hand pass to David Kernahan. Onto Arceri. Arceri pushed in the back. And that will be a free kick to Mark Arceri, and he'll make an enormous difference to this Carlton side because he burrows in at a real little goer.
Mark Arceri up towards centre wing. And eventually the ball is fed out there by Bunn. Baldwin, Blakey, long kick straight up to the goal square. Osborne a chance here, but it won't quite reach him. Rendell's there as well. Here's Richard Osborne, acting skipper today. Back to the 40. No distance for that kick, up and down on the one spot. All Carlton, hard one to mark. Still a chance for the Lions. Meldrum almost caught. He's holding the ball, says the umpire. This should be a gift goal to the Lions. About 30 metres out. David Strooper, the tackler. And he should be able to bring up Fitzroy's first goal. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We played 20 minutes plus time on in the Foster's Cup. 7 goals to nothing Carlton's way at this stage. Strooper for the Lions. Gets there first.
Come discover Western Samoa, set in the South Pacific, in the very heart of Polynesia, where the friendliest people in the world await you. Experience the spirit of the people and their eagerness to entertain. Come to our island and become part of a culture that has not changed in centuries. Swim our clear waters, leave your worries behind, and feast on authentic island cooking. Western Samoa, where paradise really exists. Call Polynesian Airlines or your travel agent.
Well, the margin down to 34 points. Blitz by Carlton in this first quarter. Kernahan doing the ruck work. Grabbed her out of the centre by Dundas. Straight up in the air. One-on-one contest. Back after it is Tommy Alvin. Alvin to the half-forward line. Ruse at the back. Jimmy Wind. A quick kick to centre wing. And the mark has been taken there for Fitzroy by David O'Connell. He's found Blakey. Long way out from goal. Now he should head straight for home here. He does. He's looking for Osborne, who's at the back, but a good mark. Oh, not paid to Aiken. Could have been paid. Quick kick was by Simon Verbeek. This is David O'Connell in after a couple of indiscriminate boots then. The players charging in after it half forward for Fitzroy, and the umpire will call a halt and bounce it.
Both teams, and all teams in the Foster's Cup with squads of 22, so 4 on the interchange bench. Strooper tries to take clean possession. Broderick, advantage paid. Up to Dundas, he bounces once, close enough, goes for goal and kicks over Rendell's head for the goal.
Does your steering wheel vibrate and wobble when you drive? Not only are vibrations annoying and damaging to your suspension, they can be downright dangerous. The solution is your car could need a wheel balance. And all this month at Bob Jane T-Marts, we will electronically balance your 5 wheels for $10. This normally costs $25. Your car will drive more smoothly and with less vibration. Book your car in now for this $10 wheel balance offer.
Well, as Drew Morford said, Fitzroy have kicked the last 2 and they've steadied just that little bit after that initial onslaught. David O'Connell, former West Coast Eagle, to do the ruck work against Satori. Dundas again in there. Now, the umpire said he threw that. So it'll be a free kick to Steve Silvani. Now, immediately gets on with playing, kicks it to half forward. Ruse against Dorotich. Down the ground with Ruse, a hurried kick. And he finds Brenton Claby, the recruit from Norwood in South Australia. Now the ball is transferred across to O'Connell. O'Connell's the running player. Coming past is Jimmy Wine. Wine to the half-forward line. He's bounced. Strooper. Good play this by Fitzroy. He should get this moving. Now Osborne's made a quick lead to the pocket. Out comes Osborne. Oh, great attempt by Richard Osborne. Couldn't quite take the mark. Here's Gleeson. Further afield to Glascott, and Carlton get out of trouble with a booming kick up to the half-forward line. Ruse at the back. Thumps it away from Dorotich. Dorotich caught. Quick hand pass. O'Connell is there. And also Stevens. On to Broderick. Broderick short. Finds Delina. Another short pass coming up. Well done, David Kernahan, to chip in. Oh, they went in hard there. Grabbed by Delina. Good play, Fitzroy. Out to Michael Gale from the boundary line. Gale kicks to the pocket of a great mark by Matt Rendell. Around a very acute angle. Now, what will he do? He's trying to sneak around. Look at that camera shot. You can see what... Now, I wouldn't mind betting, Drew, that he sneaks out to the right here and tries to hook it in. Simon Verbeek's waiting for him. Yes, out he comes. He'll try and boomerang it in. Let's see if he can do it. It's a great attempt. Another goal for Fitzroy. That is a great kick by Matthew Rendell, and good thinking. 3-3-21 Fitzroy. Carlton 7-1-43.
Good mark by the 31-year-old. He got a bit of a buffeting just before the ball got there, but there was little Satori could do about it.
It was a top kick. Very good thinking, Matt Rendell.
Just over a minute remaining to quarter time, and Fitzroy have kicked the last 3 to come back. Good tackle in the middle, but in the back against Silvani. Free kick quickly taken by Baldwin. Long to full forward, Osborne, and Rendell again. What a mark!
Has this game changed in the last 5 minutes?
It was all Carlton in the first 15 minutes and all Fitzroy in the last 5.
Great mark under pressure.
Right in front, Matt Rendell. And gets his second. So Carlton kicked 7 unanswered goals and Fitzroy kicked 4 unanswered goals.
Well, that was good play by Fitzroy. They went straight down the middle, as we see. Look at that kick. Down to Rendell in the centre of the pack, over the top. They tried to punch it away, but he hugged it to his chest. He looks very, very fit, Matt Rendell. Might be in for a good year, and they need him. 7-1 plays 4-3. There he is. He's kicked 2 in a couple of minutes. That'll lift the Roys. Back to the centre. That was O'Connell getting it down the ground. The hurried kick was by Ratton to half forward. Marcus Siri in after, tries to tap it on. Wine copped it around the shoulders. Oh, umpires paid it down. That's interesting. Umpire called play on for the advantage, then saw that the Fitzroy player didn't have it, then changed his mind and took it back. Good umpiring. Jim Wine for the half-back line. This is O'Connell. Can he get around? Oh, he ran into trouble. He's looking for Baldwin. O'Connell, handball to Broderick, who wasn't looking. Broderick will go the long one to the pocket. Who's down there? He's got Struber, and it's thumped the ground. There's the siren to win. What a great quarter of football. The quarter time here at North Hobart Oval. Carlton 7-1-43, lead Fitzroy 4-3-27.
How does it feel when the ball's called in, when the music stops, when the end is at hand, when it's sink or swim, when you're winding down, when the pain's worthwhile, when you're about to bring the Open to a close? Sports Illustrated tells you just how it feels. Now, the best of the world's best sports magazine is included free each month in Australia's only international news magazine. Time, complete, plus Sports Illustrated. Get the feeling. Get it now.
Auntie Frida, you know how my George, the weekend handyman, decided to get a new clothesline? Well, off it goes to the hardware store for the morning. Comes home with a discount price. Then I phoned Sonny. Sonny's price was heaps cheaper. Trade price. And the best part was they delivered it for free. An installation only cost $39. Sonny, why not give them a call? They're in the white pages under S.
Be rid of excess moisture in your home with new Damp Rid. Damp Rid draws in humidity, the chief cause of destructive mildew and musty odours. Use Damp Rid to dry up the laundry, wardrobes, caravan, boat, tool shed, anywhere moisture is a problem. You'll see Damp Rid working here, and the results here. Protect valuable clothes and furnishings against humidity 24 hours a day. Damp Rid, the effective way to be rid of moisture, is available at these outlets.
Love is just round the corner at Goldmark.
The other day, I reminded my boyfriend that Goldmark's great prices make it easy to say I love you. He said he knew, but just to be sure, I reminded him that right now, Goldmark are having a $25 million diamond clearance. That means you'll save a minimum of 50% on the best quality jewellery around. He said he knew that too. Looks like he knows how to say I love you after all.
Goldmark.
Jeff Musgrave has all the best brand electronics: Sony, JVC, Panasonic, Kenwood and Marantz. You pay less for the best because there are no big city rents to pay. Just top brand hi-fi, color TV, video cameras, all kinds of personal sound gear at the right price. Come and talk to Jeff Musgrave. He'll personally show you the enormous range in the expanded hi-fi and video center. Jeff Musgrave, Ipswich Road, Woolloongabba, just under the freeway. Talk to Jeff. He has the best.
Bristol's trade-in is amazing. Trade in any dirty old paintbrush or roller cover and get a same-size brand new one for half price. That's right, half price brushes and rollers. Hurry, trade in these and save now.
Surprise, surprise, right before you arrive.
amazing. I think Pete even hot for watching.
Well, it certainly is, and I think fitness, Drew, is going to tell a lot in this game. Whichever side is fitter will win this game because it's very hot out there, and you could even see towards the end of that quarter that, well, some of the Carlton players were feeling it. Fitzroy were coming on strong, and I don't think David Park going to be happy with those. He doesn't look too happy with that last 7 or 8 minutes, but at the start of that quarter, he set that side up pretty well with Silvani starting on the ball, and they were just killing them. That onslaught was unbelievable when they kicked that first 7 goals. They had Sartori and Kernahan doing the ruck work, Silvani ruck roving, and Hannah was doing particularly well down on the forward line, and Simon Verbeek is absolutely dominated. I'm not quite sure whether he's on the wing or half back, but he was absolutely dominating this game, and it looked all over at one stage. But then Fitzroy got their game together, and they really need some of those smaller players, the running players, to get into the game, and some of them did. I was impressed with young Dundas. I thought he lifted them around the centre bounce area towards the end of that quarter, and Broderick was doing particularly well. Now, number 40 you see on screen for Carlton, Brett Ratton. He's been most impressive so far, and he's a good pickup for the Carlton side. But we're seeing a great game of football, and good to see Fitzroy come back the way they did. Has made a real game of it.
Reminder, after